left. Hey, Bree, how you doing, baby?
I'm like, what happened?
I went to put in my tags and stuff, and then I was like, okay, and I clicked the go live button, and then I opened up the meet, and you gone. I was like, it's just her chair.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh my goodness, it's okay.
He stole them all, Jonesy. Good
Really,
morning.
Fergie, take all the
Yes.
ones in my chat quick. Do it fast. Oh my goodness, it's all good. We gonna get this figured out. We gonna do like a, ooh, she doing it. I love it. She got them. She got them all.
Let's
I
go.
love it. I love it. Okay. Anywho, good morning, y'all.
Good
Uh,
morning.
welcome to the co-stream. Every Friday, B and I will be co-streaming the Healing Circle here on Twitch. So she's live. I'm live. Let me do a quick
We
shout
live,
out.
baby.
We
We live.
live. We live. Look, first things first. Fergie over here breathing symphony. Goodness gracious. Let me do a shout out to my lovely, lovely bestie, Miss Spudwitch, who
Oh,
is also a certified life coach.
I
And
am.
y'all, I need y'all, I need y'all to let her help you get your life together for real,
Let me
because
help you out.
just let her. Her specialty is helping Black women, Black moms break generational curses. So if this sounds like you, if you feel in your heart and soul and spirit that you don't want to parent your children the way that you've been parented, talk to Spuddy, okay? Welcome into the chat. Fergie is here. She breeding a dragon. I'm afraid to look at it. Let me just take a peek. Oh, it's
It's
cute. It's
cute.
cute. Oh, she real cute. Wait a minute.
She is.
Okay, okay, Fergie.
Got the contact lenses in and
Well, I'm
everything.
saying she got the ooh ooh eyes. Like, um, if y'all are catching this live stream here on Twitch, thank you for being here. Like I said, you can either stay in the chat here, or you can hop over to Spuddy's channel, contribute in the chat. Both of us are going to be keeping an eye on our chat so we can make sure that we're including everybody in the conversation. If
Right.
you are catching the replay on YouTube on either one of our channels, please make sure you subscribe. I think I need to put your YouTube channel. Oh no, I did. I linked it last time. I gotta do it on all our videos and make sure I tag your YouTube channel in my description.
Okay.
Good morning, Shaka baby. Good morning. Good morning. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Thank you, Shaka. Uh, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. Anywho,
Yeah, thank you because I forgot my own commands.
right. Jones over here being a W mod
W mod, let's
over here
go.
putting shop links and whatnot. Y'all, I think I'm up to like 27 items in my Etsy shop. I need y'all to go check it out. If you want to support me monetarily, purchase something from my
Ooh.
Etsy shop. You can give some subs here in the channel. Same thing for Spuddy. She got her Etsy shop up and popping. The
Yes.
designs are immaculate. Okay, immaculate. Um, but today we're gonna be talking about this soft life trend. Uh, Me and B aren't super well versed in it, but we did a little research, so we're gonna talk about our thoughts, opinions. Y'all can share your thoughts and opinions in the chat based on what you know about the trend, what you've heard about the trend. But go ahead, B, and start us off. Let me know. We were talking about it a little bit before we went live.
Yeah, because I'm interested. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how do we get there? How do we get there?
May I have a tutorial,
I wanna be
please?
part of the they're not working. I want to be part of the soft life, you know, crew because that sounds lovely. Like you said, it sounds like retirement to me, and I'm all
Right.
for it. So
Yes.
apparently, soft life is a life that is what did it say? Filled with ease and comfort without requiring any hard work, sacrifice, or unpleasantness.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Which I don't know how you completely rid your life of unpleasantness. I mean,
Uh,
I don't
Let
know.
let me know.
Like a part.
Like rid completely of unpleasant.
I mean,
Like
I guess if you was a monk, you could, like you get to that level of enlightenment where you've been working your entire life to get to that state of unpleasantness isn't even something you experience anymore because you're in such a heightened state of mind. But again, how do we get there? What's the process? It's just, it seems very, like you said, it seems very, very, it definitely seems attractive, to live a life with unpleasantness, with ease. That sounds wonderful. But,
it, it, but I don't know if I can go without talking though. Like if I
oh
gotta
yeah,
be
as
a
a
monk
monk,
to just completely cut out the unpleasantness, I'm not gonna make it because I love talking.
that's true.
Especially like with me and you. Look,
Right,
like our
right.
circle, our connection. Like I can't not talk to y'all.
How?
I can't.
It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't.
It
And I
wouldn't
don't
work.
think monks can text either because it's still like a form of communication. So
Not us sitting right next to each other like,
yeah.
hey yo, monk B, hey yo, you see that TikTok yesterday? Oh my
I
goodness.
can't.
It's I don't know, it's really interesting. Right, Fergie said same. I need to talk to my people. Right. So
Right.
as V and I were kind of looking it up this morning, we're kind of getting a little bit of two sides to it. So there's a side that talks about, complete ease, complete, you know, ridding your life of unpleasantness. And then there's another side that's talking about kind of moving in a way that supports the best parts of yourself, supports the best, um, I don't know, aspects of your life and things like that. And to me, that sounds like what we're already doing, which is healing, like moving towards not speaking ill of ourselves, practicing catching those negative thoughts and, working through them and things like that. Because in the healing journey, like you're gonna experience unpleasantness, even though your goal is to focus and put your energy and your attention into all of the wonderful things. There's still gonna be unpleasantness. So
Right.
I don't know. I
And I
don't.
think that's part of everybody's journey. Like me personally, I don't think I would want a life that's just full of it sounds boring. Like how am I supposed to grow as a human being without dealing with discomfort or unpleasant moments,
Yeah,
Like I don't know.
I
I want to
agree.
go through that so I can know how to deal with other things that may come my way.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this
Exactly.
ain't nothing compared to what happened last what?
Right.
Oh, I got this in the bag, okay?
I agree. And then to your point, you had mentioned that it kind of also sounds like something that people experience. Hold on, DJ. No, not right now. What do you need? You don't want that one? Okay. Go have a seat, please. You had mentioned it also sounded like this is something that people experience when they're like born into money, right? Like born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Hmm.
And then is it silver spoon or is it gold spoon?
It's silver spoon.
Silver spoon, right? Okay. You're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, and you really don't have to worry about anything. But I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, right? Because I mean, I ain't never experienced that. I don't. Obviously, I can't because I already been born
I
and
mean,
I'm
I can
already
use
an
my
adult.
imagination, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what it is, firsthand to be born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So,
Yeah.
um, let me see. Fergie said, although, wait, what did she say? I can't see it. No. Although I guess it depends on the monk. She saw one at the airport talking on the phone. Ooh.
Hmm.
Okay, well, we can talk on phones then. I'm in there.
Right.
I can be a talk monk. I'm in there. Like maybe there's times of quiet, quiet time.
Yeah. That makes sense.
There's
And Joan
different
says
levels
there's
to it.
different levels to it. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm beginner level.
Right.
That's me.
But I'm just wondering, like, let me see. I'm gonna look on Monk's Button, Doña. I'm gonna look on the most
Yeah,
reliable internet streets,
I'm
Instagram.
practicing. I do need to focus more on learning how to meditate though. And I think that alone will like bring in some of this I think it'll begin the process of having a soft life.
Meditation is
Like
amazing.
some version of soft life. I think there can be different versions though.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. But um, I remember asking a question in the Black Moms group, like, how would your life be different if people didn't expect you to be a superwoman? And someone
Mm,
said, one of the moms said, I'd be doing something, living my soft life. And I was like, what does that mean? And she never responded.
oh,
Um, so it's just like Spud said, there's definitely different levels to it. But I do kind of feel like there's a part of me that's like pushing this trend of telling women that you deserve this soft life without a lot of context. And I would say this is like, the top level
mhm.
of like, you deserve to not have any worries. You deserve to be pampered and taken care of. You deserve luxury. You deserve to not have any worries. You deserve to not have any unpleasantries. And
Mhm.
then it's like, we're mothers. How do
Right.
we like? So you want me to abandon my children? Like, I don't. It just
Like,
doesn't seem
mm,
feasible.
exactly. That's true.
Like, realistically, how do you get there? I, I don't know, and then that
I
makes me
don't think
feel
it's
bad.
real. Like to completely have a life. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not. That's I don't think that's obtainable
Right, and then it makes me feel bad. Like,
without
okay, well,
requiring any hard work. Okay, that's possible for some people. Like we
yeah,
said, people that are born into, money or whatever.
but then that also goes
So
into like what you consider hard work. Is hard work just physical labor, or is it mental labor too, or you know what I mean? Like, because
yeah,
being a
that's
mother
what I'm
is hard
saying.
work.
I'm considering both. Like that's is you can't unless you are royal and you literally have people making decisions for you, just
Exactly.
standing there literally like letting people dress you, or like on Coming to America, he was just standing in the bathroom, people brushing his teeth for him. Like
Right. That's what I'm saying. And you know what? You bring up a really, really good point as far as people making decisions for you. Because let's be honest, making decisions is tiring. You know what I
yeah,
mean? To be the one who has to decide when the children wake up, what's for breakfast, what you eating for breakfast. You know what I mean? Like all those little decisions throughout the day, that's a lot of mental strain. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people don't recognize how much mental strain goes on mothers just
hmm,
throughout the day, because it's like, okay, again, you have to make all these decisions not only for yourself, but you have to make all these decisions for the children. uh, if there's a doctor's appointment or something like that, now you gotta check schedules and figure out, okay,
yeah.
when are we gonna schedule the next one, am I available that day, yada yada yada, and all that is if people can make decisions, that I mean, just that part alone would be dope. would
I
be
mean,
dope.
it would be amazing, and I feel like I don't know. Yesterday, only thing we had to do was go out and go to the dentist and get some gas, right?
Hmm.
But it took up so much time of the day, and
Right.
I was thinking this was gonna be like simple, go to the dentist, get the teeth clean, grab
Hmm.
some gas, come back to the house.
Right.
No, it was like this whole process, and I don't know. It's like I driving is unpleasant sometimes. So if I can't sit in the back of the car, like there's no way that you can just live a life full of unpleasant moments, or I can't see it happen. I don't see
Right.
it happen.
Right. So this little definition says soft life: a life of ease, peace, comfort, and intentional happiness.
Mm,
It does not require struggle, love, stress, and distress. It
mm.
consists of mutual relationships, clarity, and self care. I pray a soft life on everyone reading this. See, but like, my goal to live is to live a soft life. No anger, no unforgiveness, no resentment. Those things bring struggle, sickness, and hate. I just want love, good energy, and a good peace. You know what this really feels like?
What?
This feels like a rewritten way to say good vibes only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we don't want to talk about. Thanks for the like, Fergie Boo. We don't want to talk about the things that make us uncomfortable. We don't want to talk
Hmm.
about the things that we're struggling with.
Right.
And
And it's like avoiding all of that. I don't
exactly,
want to deal with it.
exactly, right. Because at no point does it talk about working through those discomforts to get you over to that side. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Working through those struggle relationships, like weeding out the struggle relationships so that you can only have, the good, fruitful relationships that are going to grow. None of that is being mentioned. It seems like it's literally just like a switch that's flipped. We're just not going to do all that stuff over there anymore because that doesn't serve us. I'm not going to talk to Brittany if she disagrees with me because that doesn't serve me.
Right.
Because
I
it
need
doesn't
somebody that's
serve me.
gonna always be on my side. Like if you're not on
Exactly.
my side, then you can get out. You
Right. You're not for me.
sound right.
You prevent me from living my soft life beyond appreciated.
Soft life vibes only. Okay.
Right?
So
Look.
I see this come. Well, it says people also ask. Um. Nope. Wrong one. Okay. Is soft life unrealistic? And someone says soft life is not only unrealistic, but it's also dangerous. How did we
Mm.
get here in our society? What was the catalyst that sparked this movement? Could it be that the reason soft life came about is that for all our lifetime, women have had the short end of the stick?
Mm.
Mm, mm.
Mm. Mm. Interesting. And I do notice that soft life is definitely very, very centered around black women. So
Yeah.
that by itself is already something new. You know what I mean? Because the good vibes only, I feel like, was very, very. I feel like the good vibes only kind of movement was very centered around quote unquote not hippies, because hippies are OG, but
Mhm.
like yoga, people who practice yoga, people who meditate, people who drink coffee, people who are vegan, people who drink their
Right.
green drinks and their shots of ginger.
Yeah,
Like,
and they chai teas and all.
yes, like that's, I
Yes.
feel what Good Vibes Only was centered around. And now we have Soft Life, and now just looking through the hashtag itself, all I see are black women, which is, I like that. That I'm a fan of the fact that I can look through this hashtag and every single woman that, well, except for this one, every single woman that pops up is, I mean, primarily black women. Like I saw a few other women of color, but primarily, I mean,
But see, I don't know if
it's
that's
all black
yeah,
women.
okay.
It's pretty dope,
Melanin. It
right?
is though,
It's
but
giving
to
melanin.
what extent though? Because like we have a pro and a con view of it, but everyone else, since there are mostly black women, you think this is gonna be something that they're gonna try to make it negative or be like,
mm,
you know, that's unrealistic and try to jump down our throats, basically.
I feel you.
Like if it was someone else coming up with this
Uh huh.
hashtag soft life, it would be totally different. Like everybody would be trying to jump on the bandwagon, but with it being mostly black women that are doing the hashtag, like they're gonna be like, I feel like they're gonna turn it,
I feel you. I feel you 100,000%. And that's, you know what? That's a really, really good point. I hadn't considered that perspective of the things that we support. Just like well, not just like, but similar to the Black Girl Follow train on TikTok. That
Yeah,
people
yeah, the
were,
sound where if you're black, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and people were losing their mind because black women just decided, all right, if you black and you a woman, I'm just gonna follow you on
Follow
TikTok,
you, right.
right? Because they were trying to help people get to 1,000 followers so they can go live on TikTok.
Hmm.
And I mean, that goal amongst other goals, but the interesting thing is that that was a problem, because when have follow trains ever been a problem? I remember when follow trains were huge on Instagram. Like,
Mm.
it was like a follow for, I mean, this was a couple years ago, I think. But follow for follow was a huge thing, and no one, people had an issue with it when it came to people following other people in like mass quantities and then unfollowing people, which of
Yeah.
course is understandable. I totally get that. But yeah, that was already an issue, and it was like it was primarily an issue because, like you said, it was led by black women. So
Because they don't want the, you got to think about it. The platforms don't want you doing it, or they're trying to ban it because, like, they don't want you to be able to monetize your thing, like
exactly,
your content. So if they see that follow for follow, oh, they're gonna investigate your page. They're gonna ban you or report you or
hmm,
whatever, whatever. So
right,
yeah, they trying to keep us from supporting each other any way that they can.
right, which is really interesting because social media, the primary goal I thought was for us to be social.
Social, right?
So if this, because I actually found like a decent amount of black women whose content I legitimately wanted to see, just
Hmm.
because if you once you're on TikTok, when you start following or liking posts, following people or liking posts, people's posts with a certain hashtag, it'll start showing you more of that. So naturally, I'm liking posts from this black girl follow train hashtag, and then I'm seeing more of these black women um, that are participating in it, and a lot of them, like, I go to their page and I'm like, okay, like I fucks with this. You know what I mean? Like it
Right.
wasn't
I found
just
a lot of black businesses and everything. I'm
right.
like, okay.
Exactly. Like it was beneficial. It wasn't just a bunch of, because let's be honest, everybody has something that they offer. Everyone has value, right? Even the women who are just on there blogging and talking about their lives, that has value. You know what I mean? To hear something from another black mother,
Hmm.
value. To hear from something from another black woman who's, also in California or whatever, value. To hear something from another black woman who's works in mental health, value. So it really gave me a chance to just connect with a lot of these women, and otherwise I wouldn't have. And because there hasn't been any other like trend or anything or hashtag that I could follow to get these women, in front of me or on my page or on my For You page or whatever, I was grateful. But to hear that it was a problem and that people were losing their noodles about it was really interesting. So I'm wondering um, what you think be as far as like, because I'm okay, because the article that I sent you, I think that was written by a black woman. The one that said that it's dangerous and unrealistic, the soft girl life. I know it was like something about, what was the title of the article or the title of the it was something about Houston. It was like Mothers of Houston or something like that. Let me see if I can find
Hmm.
it again. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I could describe it as dangerous because I feel like it just has to be interpreted the way that we're going to interpret it. Like perhaps this is just another way to spin off how much the black community, especially black women, have been emphasizing self-care. Perhaps this is a way to put a little more action behind it because self-care sounds very like theoretical.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't sound tangible. It doesn't sound like something you could hold in your hand or something you could actively do. So maybe
Right.
the striving towards a soft life is an active way to do it. Maybe. What you think, B?
I could see us trying to push it towards that direction, but a lot of people aren't gonna get it. It's gonna go over their head when they see soft life and they, like we did. We went out there and we researched it. They're gonna think, oh, they mean like finding the easy way to do things. You know what I mean? Like you got
Yeah.
to be a multimillionaire to have a soft life. Like there's no way that you can attain this. But you have to. How do you get there? Like
Mm-hmm.
people skip over those steps of
That's
how you
true.
get there. It start with being selfish. Let's be real. It start with being selfish. Like you're gonna have to be selfish, and people make that sound so negative. But self care, it's a selfish act, but it's a positive selfish act. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not negative. You have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of others.
Mm-hmm.
But we were taught differently. We taught you got to do what you got to do regardless. Like it don't matter how you feel or what you going through.
Right.
You gotta you gotta do it. It got to be done, so you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, if your body is telling you, hey,
Right.
I'm tired, I'm about to quit on your
Hey, yo.
like you got to listen to your body. Like there's no way that you can keep pushing and your body is saying, look, I'm running on E, like fumes, okay?
Right. And you're like, just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer.
Just a little bit longer.
We can do
Come
this. We
on,
can
we
do
got
this.
this. And
We can do
you
this.
don't want your body to give up on you. So you
Uh-uh.
sometimes you have to be selfish. And I think
Yeah.
being selfish is gonna be like a major key to even getting remotely close to having a soft life. Now we're not saying neglect your children or
Right.
anything of that sort. Like, but if you send your kids off to their grandparents or whatever, get a babysitter for a couple of hours. That's not neglect. That is a moment for you to be selfish and think about yourself. And it took me a long time to even fathom like it's okay for you to do things without your son being by you. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
but how do I do that? Like
Yeah.
it takes practice. Practice make perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we tell our kids, and we gotta do it ourselves. Now, that is one thing that I remember from being a kid that I think is a positive um, belief or saying,
Mm-hmm.
shall I say, uh, that practice make perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but not to a point where I drain myself. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like if I'm tired, I'm tired. If I'm no longer interested, then I'm just no longer interested. Like I can't force myself to do something that I don't want to do. But I don't think the soft life is unrealistic. I I see how in this article she was saying it could be dangerous because like if you are not showing your kids how to get to having a soft life or the telling them about the trials or the journey or the struggles of how you got there or letting them, for instance, I've been thinking about starting a business for my son, right? Like, I'm not going to just give it to him successfully. I'm gonna make him start his own and then let him practice with his own business. And then I'm like, okay, well, I started this business for you. This is your business, is doing very well. But now that you know the struggles of how to build a business on your own, you'll be able to, let me teach you how to do it, and then this is yours. Like I don't want to just give him something that's already successful and he feel like, oh well, I didn't have to work for this, so I don't have to work to keep it up. Like I can just
Mm-hmm.
find somebody to do all the work for me. Like that's dangerous because when he go out into the real world, what is he gonna know how to do?
Right.
Spend money. That's basically it. He's not gonna know how to make it.
Mm-hmm. Or
So
manage it.
I see how that could be dangerous, and I don't want him to think that he can buy his way out of any situation because let's be realistic. It don't matter how much money we have. Like they take whatever chances they get, you know, to try to get us. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
There's nobody in the chat, buddy. Hey, if anybody's in the chat, can you say hi to DJ? Oh, thanks, buddy. Look right there. Hi, DJ. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh my
Uh,
goodness. Thank you, y'all. But I hear you, buddy. I absolutely hear you. And you dropped a lot of amazing nuggets in what you were sharing. But one of the biggest things that I took away was
Fergus to say hi.
okay, she's not in the chat. She said lurk. She's coming back when she can. Um, was
oh,
that the what happened, Boo?
please get down.
It's
My
Skylar,
cat
ain't it?
trying to.
I'm on Skylar,
I,
ain't it?
I thought she was gonna be in the camera, but she was she about to knock all my little decorations off my wall.
Ugh.
Please don't.
Yes, DJ.
I want chicken nuggets and ketchup.
You don't have any chicken nuggets. You can go downstairs for about 20 minutes, then I'll come make you something to eat.
Chicken nuggets?
We don't have any chicken nuggets.
What do we have?
I can tell you in about 20 minutes once I'm all done with the video.
Okay, then we can go to the store.
Okay, go have a seat and I'll come get you.
Okay, tell me if you're done.
Okay.
Oh, Fergie just lurking. Fergie, come on and lurk. Follow me.
You mentioned, no one's showing us how to do this. And I think that's one of the biggest things is it's like you can wish a soft life on whoever you want to wish it on. You know what I mean? Like you can share that energy, you can set that intention, but what steps are you taking to get there?
Right. How did you get to having a soft life? No one wants
Exactly.
to share that part. And you know what? I've noticed like a lot of good details or a lot of good tips and tricks or whatever blueprints or however you want to say it
Mm-hmm.
are in books. And because most of us do not like reading or we feel like we don't have the time to read, we don't know.
Yeah.
So I feel like honestly, my trick is if I feel like I don't have the time to read the book, I'll listen to the book.
Yeah.
Like
That's still reading.
right, it's still obtaining the information, but
Mm-hmm.
and I like sharing what I know.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't like doing that. And I don't know if it's because they're afraid of being silenced. Like it's easier to write a book about it and be the best selling book or whatever. But if you out there and you actively telling people all this information, like there's a chance of someone not liking you telling how to make money because they feel like, oh, you are taking from out of my pockets, and they'll try their best to silence you or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Or
I
attacking
kind
you.
of understand about people
Mm-mm.
rather
Mommy, there's a fly downstairs.
Okay. We're not sitting there right now, DJ. I need you to go hang out, please. You can hang out anywhere but in here. I'll come get you when I'm all done.
so I understand why people would rather put the information in books than to be out there actively saying, how did they get to where they are in life because there's a chance of them being silenced. But I'm one. If I know, I want to share it.
Yeah. But I
Like
think
I
in the
don't
sharing comes with sharing all of the things that went wrong. And
right.
that's where, like you said, it's one thing to go from not saying anything to writing a book and putting the book out there and that's it.
Right.
Versus every step of the way, daily or every other day, you're sharing little bits and pieces. And every single time you share, that's an opportunity for people to criticize you and insult
Hmm.
you and whatever. And like you said, I feel too what people typically fear. Like, if I'm being honest with myself, I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about last night when
Hmm.
we were talking about leaning into our life's purposes and not being so fixated or focused on money, right?
Right.
Because for me, this is a version of the soft life for me. Why?
Hmm.
Because every single day I wake up and I do these streams, right?
Hmm.
Every single day I spend a couple minutes making a little video to put on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. Um, every single day I do something very intentionally to put me in a position where life coaching will be my primary source of income. Me
Right.
teaching people and helping people will be my primary source of income. And the honest truth is, these are things that I'm going to do regardless. The biggest difference is previously when my only concern was how am I going to pay the bills this month? How am I going to put myself in a state of financial surplus? I wouldn't do these things.
Right.
I wouldn't allow for, like yesterday, 25 gifted subs here in the chat or here in the stream. I had no idea that was going to happen, but I'm open to receiving those kinds of things. Why?
Hmm.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as far as showing up, as far as having these conversations, as far as being open with people about the fact that I was struggling when Mercury was out there buying Gatorade, with my baby boy just having horrible time sleeping, and I woke up like I'm finna just put a live stream on and go to the store, like about to leave these babies in the house. I don't know what I'm about to do, but I was about to lose it. And like I mentioned, I wrote a Facebook post just sharing like something that I've noticed recently is I am 100% comfortable sharing with people when I'm not okay. Like I don't have a problem with it anymore, and I recognize that this is a part of
Mhm.
my journey. And previously, I didn't like to share those kinds of things because I felt like this is what everybody is sharing, right?
Mhm.
Most of the time, if you hop on Facebook or hop on anywhere where people can kind of blog, most of the things that you're going to see is people complaining about stuff. But then
Mhm.
the opposite happens too, where we're afraid to share all the wonderful things that are happening in our lives because we don't want to come off as boasting or
Gloating.
bragging or
Yeah.
yeah, or gloating or whatever. And so, um, recognizing in myself that I've been slowly but surely giving myself permission to just exist and exist out loud has allowed a lot of things to come my way. You know, from making a couple sales on my Etsy shop to the 25 gifted subs here to the client that I have. Um, and now I just know like all these little things are further affirmations or further confirmation or whatever for me to just keep doing what I'm doing instead of being so fixated on how my bills are going to get paid this month. Because, like I mentioned to you, I haven't had a regular 9 to 5 job. It's been over a year now since I've had a regular 9 to 5 job.
Mhm.
Primarily, my money has come from financial aid, which I just emailed my advisor and told her that I want to withdraw from school yesterday or the day before. Um, when I was working as a loctician, and when I applied for short-term disability after I had my son, and then paid family from the county or state or whatever. Like that's it. But even throughout the past year, if I would have done the things that I've been doing for the past like 6 weeks, I can only imagine where I would have been
Yeah.
right now. You know what I mean? Like if I had just stuck to some sort of schedule and just showed up for myself primarily
Mhm.
way in the beginning of last year, I can only imagine because the time is going to pass anyway. You know, the
Right.
years are going to go by, the days are going to go by, the weeks are going to go
And
by, the
look,
months are going to
we
go
all
by.
already at the end of January. Like,
Right, right, just that
crazy.
quickly, right? And February 2nd will make 2 whole months that I've been doing these daily streams, you know? So I know, right? Yes. So I think that in that way of me just literally making a decision to show up for myself and allowing my ancestors to guide whatever, because whatever is supposed to be for me is going to be for me as long as I'm open to receiving it.
Right.
And for me, that's an aspect of the soft life because it's something that I've been fighting so hard. I have been so scared to walk in my purpose of being a life coach and walk into my purpose of being here on this earth to guide other humans on their journeys because I see myself in all of them. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I see my struggles and the things that I've gone through in every single person that I encounter. And if I can just hold their hand and say, hey, look, I know you're going to struggle. Like, I'm still struggling,
Right.
but I know
Too.
what you're going through. Like, let
Right.
me help you get through it, you know? And I'm not going to tell you in a, demeaning kind of way where I'm going to talk down to you. I'm going to talk to you like, look, I know what that feels like because I've been there. So let's go through this together instead of you having to do it on your own. You
Right.
know, thank you, Jones. He said,
It's
proud of you.
patty.
But to me,
It's
again, this is soft life. You know,
right.
just leaning into my purpose and staying on the path of this heart based business, which is still scary as shit most days. You know, because I can't just show up and do the bare minimum and get paid for it.
Right. And a lot of people think like content creators, like they just show up and do whatever, and then they don't see behind the scenes. They don't see
Hmm.
all the hours they put in editing their videos or coming up with any the things to talk about in general. Like
Right.
you don't you don't just push the live button and
Right.
do like that's not how it works. Like
Exactly.
it's so much more. But I completely understand because I struggle with reminding myself that I'm allowed to have a career that doesn't feel like work.
Mm. Yeah.
So for me, coaching it's like now having a conversation. Like I absolutely love it. I don't see it as a stressful situation or anything of that sort. Like I literally love, hey, let's figure it out. Like let's do
Mm-hmm.
this together. Like I'm all for that. I feel like I'm more of a accountability coach. Like I want to be, your road dog while you get through this course of your life. Like
Mm-hmm.
you need somebody to be with it, be there for you or with you to talk to. Like I don't find it as work or stressful or draining. It's actually rewarding to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want I feel like my purpose is to help as many people, women, moms go through hard times or the things that I've been through or going through or will go through.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's an amazing experience too. Like even though I haven't been through the situation, you see you happier in this light than in others. Yeah, I agree. Now, I when I'm streaming, that's like my me time. I get lost in streaming, right? But when I'm coaching, I'm like all giddy and I'm excited. Like, come on, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the perfect hype man, hype woman. Should I say? But yeah, I don't know. I find I still struggle with allowing myself to be seen. Like how else are people going to know that I'm a life coach and I love working with people or, what I do if I don't put myself out there. But I'm more of a behind the scenes type person. Like
But you
I
can't
don't want
be
all
boo.
that
But you can't.
attention.
Well, but you could. You could. I mean, there are tons of content creators who,
Mhm.
are never in front of the camera. It's really about the value that you bring to people. But you still got to put out something. You know what I mean? Even if it's not necessarily you in front of the camera, you got to put out something. But I feel you, and I think the biggest nugget key that you said was giving yourself permission to do something, um, to work in a
Tap.
job or to work in a career, to have a career that doesn't feel like work,
Mhm.
right? Because we're so accustomed, especially as black
To
women,
working
everything
hard.
feeling like super hard work, right? Like
Yeah.
we got motherhood, we got literal just life.
Mhm.
And then we have this career that we're so passionate about and we're like, but this feels easy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my thing. Like I'm
yeah.
used to working in factories or I worked at a hospital and within working at that hospital, like I worked in the emergency room, I worked in like radiology lab, like the different areas of the hospital and not just that, but I worked for different clinics that was
Mm-hmm.
owned by the hospital. So the women's clinic, I was dealing with pregnant women, I was dealing in the pediatric clinic with the moms, parents dealing with sick kids, like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have the worst attitudes when our kids are sick and we just want look.
Yeah.
I don't know what's taking so long, but yeah,
Get it together
I
and figure it out.
in all these environments and that was hard work dealing with people like in their different moments and people when they are sick and they don't feel good, like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they're not the best company to keep
Right.
or people to talk to in general. But
Yeah.
I'm used to doing hard work. Like,
But that's physically hard.
yeah,
But it
and
sounds like
mentally too.
the
Like,
mentally hard part for you right now is putting yourself out there.
yeah.
You
And
fight.
I guess
You
it's a
fight.
different hard work. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like mentally I'm fighting myself. Like just make the video. And I have plenty of drafts, but it's just the
No, if you don't,
push
girl.
it's just the pushing it to make it public. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm working on it though.
It's okay.
I'm working
It's okay. But here you are leaning into your soft life, right? Because
on it.
that career, the career that you are so passionate about and that you are pursuing, is your soft life career. It doesn't involve you like breaking backs and trying to communicate with people who don't want to communicate with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, but that is, yeah, I feel it, and now I'm like starting to really visually see how this relates to us, and
Mhm.
why this topic randomly came up.
Right.
Because me and B were like,
Perfect topic.
I don't
So I was
know.
like, I don't know about the soft life, but let's talk about it.
I was like, me
Let me
neither.
research
I'm gonna
real
go
quick.
research. We put on our student caps and started looking for stuff. Joan says hard work in the comfort of something you enjoy is different than forced hard work. Exactly.
Mm.
I agree. I agree. And as much as I want to continue this conversation, I gotta wrap it up because I got clients and stuff today.
Yay.
I know I'm happy, but I don't want to stop talking.
Right. I
But this has
understand.
been, it's been wonderful. This has been a really good conversation. I'm glad. I'm glad we had a chance to talk about this. But how you feeling, B? How you feeling?
I'm feeling motivated to get on with my day because I have a list and I'm sticking to taking stuff off of my list, and most of it is for coaching. So I'm motivated to do something.
There you go.
Yeah.
If I don't see a post from you today, I'm gonna call
Post
you.
where? Where
Anywhere.
we posting?
It don't matter where you.
Anywhere?
It don't matter where you post. Besides this video. This video don't count.
No, I'm not posting this video.
Okay.
I already have. Oh, and that's another thing. Like I have all my videos to scheduled. I already did the thumbnails for them.
There
They
you go.
scheduled to post on Fridays at noon. So this one, I'll download it in. Yeah, I think the last one I scheduled was for February the 3rd. So
Okay.
these will be later. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm on it. You know.
Okay, boo. Okay. Okay. Well, y'all, it has been a wonderful conversation. I appreciate y'all stopping in, catching the live
Yes.
stream on Twitch. Thank you for participating in the chat. If you're catching this replay on YouTube, please subscribe to both of our YouTube channels.
Yes,
B
please.
will be tagged in the description. Her handle is Coached by Nicole, so it'll be like a little. YouTube does it just as like a regular little hyperlink, so it's really easy. You can just click it and
And the same for Doña's.
because it's
She'll
free.
be in the description
It's
down
free.
below.
Subscribe, damn it. It's free.
Subscribe. It's free. Yep.
It's free.
Like, comment. I don't care if it's a heart comment.
Right.
You know.
Something. Anywho, y'all, I'll be back tomorrow. B and I will be back next Friday. We love you all. And yeah.
Thank y'all for being here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Bye, y'all.